Hello and welcome again to my channel, Learn with Miles. In today's video, I'll be talking about pronoun, which is related to my previous topic, the part of speech. Now, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun in a sentence. Pronouns are used to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over again. For example, Jeremy ran so fast, you'd think his life was on the line. The pronoun his save us from repeating the name Jeremy. There are many different types of pronouns, each serving a different purpose. First, personal pronouns. A personal pronoun is associated primarily with a particular grammatical person. First person as I, second person as you, or third person as he, she, it, they. Personal pronouns may also differ in forms depending on the number, usually singular or plural, grammatical or natural gender, case, and formality. The term personal is used here purely to signify the grammatical sense. Personal pronouns are not limited to people and can also refer to animals and objects. As the English personal pronoun, it usually does. For example, the plate shattered when John dropped it on the floor. Kate is married. She has 2 children. He runs a great shop in town. I don't want to leave. Alex and I work for a big company. We are managers. Take note of these 2 kinds, subjects and objects pronouns. Subjects pronouns I, we, you, she, he, it, they, while object pronouns me, us, you, her, him, it. Subjects pronouns are pronouns that act in a sentence, while the object is that receives the action in a sentence. Example of object pronoun in a sentence. Please don't sit beside me. Go, talk to her. Don't look at them. Mary put a gift under it. Next, possessive pronouns. The possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone and they are my, our, your, his, her, its, and their. There's also an independent form of each of these pronouns, such as mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, and theirs. Possessive pronouns are never spelled with an apostrophe. Possessive pronouns simplify constructions that show possession of a noun. Example, Jane takes pride in Jane's outfits. It sounds odd to use Jane's name twice in this sentence. A possessive pronoun solves the problem. The correct sentence is Jane takes pride in her outfits. Thus, possessive pronouns are quite handy and are used frequently in the English language. Next, indefinite pronouns. An indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that refers to non-specific beings, objects, or places. Indefinite pronouns can represent either count nouns or non-count nouns. They often relative forms across these categories: universal, assertive, existential, elective existential, and negative. Here are some indefinite pronouns: few, everyone, all, some, anything, nobody. Example of indefinite pronouns in the sentence: most wealth is held by a select few. Everyone is here already. I don't have any paper napkins. Can you bring some? He's nobody. So indefinite pronouns don't point to particular nouns. We use them when an object doesn't need to be specifically identified. Next, relative pronoun. A relative pronoun is a pronoun that makes a relative clause. A relative pronoun serves the purpose of conjoining modifying information about antecedent referent. One of the best examples is the words in the sentence. This is the house that Jack built. The relative pronoun that conjoins the relative clause Jack built, which modifies the noun house in the main sentence. That has an aphoric relationship to its antecedent, house, in the main clause. So when to add more information, we'll use the following relative pronoun: who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, that. For example, the driver who ran the stop sign was careless. I don't know which pair of shoes you want. Take whichever ones you want. No, not that one. So relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. Next, intensive pronoun. An intensive pronoun emphasizes or intensifies nouns and pronouns. Typically, we find them right after the noun they're intensifying. These pronouns typically end in self or selves. They are myself, himself, herself, themselves, itself, yourself, yourselves, ourselves. For example, I like to travel. He is his worst critic. She approved the marriage herself. We went to hear W.B. Yeats himself speak. Next, demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are used to replace nouns in a sentence. Some of the same words that can be used as demonstrative pronouns, including this, that, this, those, and such, can also be used as demonstrative adjectives. Discover what you need to know to tell the difference between the two and learn how to use demonstrative pronouns correctly. For example, how did you know I wanted some candy? This really hits the spot. Bob was late again. That boy is stressing me out. Now let's have to clarify what demonstrative pronouns are and how they function in language. So look at the example below. Everything seems bad. Such is the reality of relationships. Don't like eggs or celery neither appeals to me. I really love heavy metal music, but my dad does not. He will allow none to be played in the car. So, a demonstrative pronoun is a specific type of pronoun. Now let's proceed to demonstrative pronoun versus demonstrative adjective. A demonstrative pronoun takes the place of the noun phrase that has already been mentioned. It always comes after the noun. While the demonstrative adjectives modifies the noun and is always followed by the noun. It always comes before the noun. For example, that food you're cooking smells delicious. Is this book yours or mine? These pink cupcakes are my favorites. Next, interrogative pronoun. What is interrogative pronouns? Interrogative pronouns do just what they say. They work in a sentence that are posing a question. They are who, whom, which, what, whoever, whomever, whichever, whatever. For example, who is going to arrive first? What are you bringing to the party? Which of these do you like better? What do you mean? And lastly, reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are similar to intensive pronoun. The difference between the two is that intensive pronouns aren't essential to a sentence's meaning. Meanwhile, reflexive pronouns are. Also, they're used when the subject and the object of a sentence refer to the same person or thing. These pronouns end in self or selves. They are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. For example, I told myself not to spend all my money on new shoes. You're going to have to drive yourself to the restaurant today. We gave ourselves plenty of extra time. They bought themselves a new car. My topic for my next video is still related to part of speech. Thank you for watching. If you learned something in this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more educational videos.